Okay, that's hot. How about now? Okay, I'm getting some clipping. And let's see about filters on this thing. Well, let's bring this down a little bit. That's good. Bring this down a little bit. And that's good. That should be good. Noise gate. Final. Close that. Let's bring this back up. And until I get the microphone working again, this is what I'm going to do. My apologies for the delay here. Obviously, not doing exactly what I was looking for. All right, we are doing puzzle number 650 today, medium. Tomorrow we switch to hard. So my apologies on being late as well today. I got done streaming No Man's Sky last night after starting a new save and realized I needed to replace a component. So I came downstairs and, well, actually I started designing it up there. That did not work out well. Probably something I can get solved, but that's going to take a little bit more research, I think. Basically, the computer thinks I've got a 48-inch or 43-inch display instead of a 28-inch. And so all of the fonts are really, really tiny. Okay, let's see if this is a solvable puzzle. It is. I'll give you 20 seconds to grab a screenshot, see if you can get a solve going before or in less time than it takes me. or not. Personally, I think that's very doable. All right, that's 22 seconds. So one of these two is a 1, 2. All three of those are possible 3s. We have a 4, 5, 6. One of these, 2 is a 7. Over here, we get a 6 here, another up here. One of these, 2 is a 6. And let's see, this is a 6, so one of these 2 is a 6. 7, so we get those two marked. This is a 7. And not really much. Oh, I'll get a 7 here. Means one of these 3 is a 7. Up here, 7 is going to be one of these 3. Here we've got 5 possibilities. How about 5? So we've got a 5 here. That means this one's going to be a 5. One of these two is a 5. 5 is blocked there and here. So one of these 3 is going to be a 5. And over here, that's going to be a 5. And that's going to be a 5. Let's see, what's next? 9s. Nope, 9s aren't giving me any really good feels yet. So I got a 1. One of these 3 is a 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of these 2 is an 8. And one of these 3 is a 9. Okay. One is going to be one of these 3. 2 is going to be one of these 2. 3 will be one of these 2. And one of these 2 will be a 3. 4 is going to be there, a 3. 4 here. And that means one of these 2 is going to be a 4. One of these 2 is going to be a 4. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So one of these 3 is an 8. And one of these 2 is a 9. Okay. Do we get anything more up here? We get a 1. Oh, one of these 2 is a 1. That makes this a 5, not that one. Means not a 5 here, that's a 5. This is a 4, this is a 6. One of these 3 is a 7. One of these 3 is a 7. One of these 3 is a 7. I got 4 possibilities here. Got a 9 here. I got 3 possibilities for a 9 here. 3, 4 possibilities for a 9 here. Three possibilities for a 9 here. Oh, hey, not a 6. So that's a 6. That means That's going to be a 1. How about 2s? I got 3 possibilities of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of these 3 is a 7. One of these 2 is a 9. That means one of these 2 is a 9. Still have 3 possibilities for a 7. One of these 2 is an 8. I got 3 possibilities here. Since one of these 2 is an 8, over here, this one can't be an 8, so one of these 2 is an 8. And we've got 4 possibilities for an 8 here. This can't be a 9. This can't be a 9. So this is a 9. This is an 8. And this is a 3. One of these 2 is going to be a 3. One of them is going to be a 2 here, don't know which. Here, one of these 3 will be a 3. One of these 3 is a 7. And let's see, one of these 2 is an 8. And one of these 2 is a 9. This one's going to be a 2. This is an 8, not a 9. 1 and 4 here. 2 and 2, so one of these 2 is going to be a 2, not an 8. Well, no, not an 8 there. 8 here, not here, here. And this one's going to be an 8, which means this will be an 8. One of these 2 becomes a 1. Still have 3 possibilities here, 2 possibilities here. These 2 is a 2, one of the so one of these 2 is a 2. But 2s and 9s there now. Twos, 9s here. 3, 4, 5, 6. So one of these 3 is a 7. Okay. Don't know which yet. One of these 3 is a 7. Got 1, 2. One of these 3 will be a 3. One of these 2 is a 4, 5, 6. One of these 3 is a 7, 8, 2 not possibilities for a 9. Okay. Up here, we got a 1. 2 possibilities for 2. 2 for 3. Those 2. 4, 5, 6. 3 possibilities for 7. 8. And 4 possibilities for a 9. Okay. Hey, one of these 2 is going to be a 9. One of these 3 will be a 1. Don't know which yet. I do know that one of these 2 is a 1. One of these 2 is a 1. Okay. Three possibilities for 2 here. 5 possibilities for a 2 here yet, huh? Okay. Well, these 2 is a 2. And these 2 is a 2. So we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of these 3 is a 7, which goes with one of these 3 being 7. Then 8. One of these 4 is a 9. Okay, well, let's start down with this. Can't be a 4 anymore. That's a 1. This is a 4. 4 and 4. That means 1 goes here. 7 and no. Back that out. Let me check that. It's just not a 1. 1, 2, 3 and 7. So that does become a 7. One of these 2 is a 7. One of these 2 is a 1. That's not a 1 anymore, so that's a 1. That's a 7. So not a 1 here. That's a 1. 9 and 2 makes this into a 2 and a 9 here. Let's see, 1, 2. One of these 2 is a 3. And one is a 4. Not that one, so that's a 3. Nope, that's a 4. That turns that into a 3, not a 3. One of these 2 is a 2. And the other is an 8. Except that that says this can't be an 8, so it's a 2. That's an 8. That makes this a 2. This is a 9. This is a 7. And that means one of these 2 is a 7. One of these 2 is a 7. That leaves a single possibility here, which is a 3. And we end up with a 9 here. That means this is a 7, this is a 9. This becomes a 7, not a 7 here. That's a 3, a 2, 2 here. And we close it out with a 9 here. 13 minutes and 27 seconds. Hey, that's not too bad for a medium puzzle. That's kind of where I kind of think of my normal average time is close to. Sometime between 10 and 15 minutes. This is kind of right in the middle. I want to say thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see if I can figure out what's going on with the audio. Might just have to reboot the computer. We'll see. Take care, everybody, and we'll check in with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.